Tonight on See Africa TV, a continent on the move, reclaiming its resources, rewriting its alliances, and reshaping its destiny. From Tanzania's bold gold strategy to Mali's diplomatic rupture with Ukraine, and the quiet but decisive moves in Ghana and Niger, Africa is no longer asking. It is asserting. We begin in Tanzania, where gold is no longer just a glittering export, it's a symbol of sovereignty.
Tanzania has ordered large-scale mining firms to refine and trade at least 20% of their gold locally. Companies like AngloGold Ashanti and Barrick Gold are now required to allocate a fifth of their output for processing within Tanzanian borders. A new regulation also mandates donating 20% of all exported gold to the Central Bank of Tanzania. Finance Minister Mwigulu Nchemba declared this in the 2025-26 budget speech, aligning it with Tanzania's broader vision of economic nationalism. As global gold prices soar, the timing is strategic.
This is more than policy. It's a declaration. Tanzania joins a growing league of African nations saying, the era of exporting raw wealth only to import finished poverty is over. Meanwhile, in Burkina Faso, the gold beneath the soil is being reclaimed by the people above it.
The government has officially handed over 5 gold mining holdings to its state-owned corporation, SOPAMIB. This historic transfer is a milestone in the country's march toward full ownership of its mineral wealth. The decree came from President Ibrahim Traoré, nearly a year after the process began. Burkina Faso now ranks 4th in African gold production. Over 70% of its exports are from gold.
The message is clear. The riches of Africa will no longer be managed from boardrooms in Toronto or Paris. They will be managed from Ouagadougou, from Dodoma, from Bamako. Now to Mali, where sovereignty is being redrawn not just in mines, but in diplomacy.
Mali has cut ties with Ukraine and is now considering a ban on Ukrainian imports. The trigger? A statement by Ukrainian defense spokesman Andriy Yusov, suggesting Ukrainian intelligence aided rebels targeting Malian and Russian forces. Aliou Touankara, a member of Mali's National Transitional Council, was blunt. He not only confirmed the break in ties, he called for a wider embargo across the Sahel alliance states.
This incident, mixed with wider accusations of Western interference, is stirring up new alliances and deeper resentments. From Wagner mercenaries to intelligence operations, Africa is caught in the chessboard of Eastern Europe. But Mali is flipping the board. In Ghana, another resource, lithium, is at the center of strategic recalibration.
The government has refused to grant outright ownership of its lithium reserves to foreign firms. Instead, it is crafting equity-sharing deals and insisting on local value addition. The $250 million lithium deal with Barrick Ghana Limited is being reviewed to ensure Ghanaians receive not just royalties, but a stake in the future.
Lithium is powering the world's electric future. Ghana intends to power its own prosperity with it. And in Niger, uranium, long shipped cheaply to Europe, is finally getting priced like the power source it is.
The military-led government is renegotiating terms with French company Orano. The demand? A fairer price for Niger's uranium exports. For decades, Niger has supplied uranium for French lights, while its own people remained in darkness. That contradiction may now end.
They went from realizing about $1 billion in uranium resources to over $300 billion a year. We need to look at what's happening in Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali. President Traoré is standing up. He is saying the natural resources in Burkina Faso, they belong to the people of Burkina Faso. Niger is doing the same thing. Mali is doing the same thing. Every leader must look at what's happening in the Sahel nations. If I may use the example of what happened in Niger when the government decided they were going to take over the mining of their uranium. The French companies that were mining the uranium were paying the government 80 cents a kilo for the uranium, and then turning around and selling the uranium to the rest of the world at 200 euros a kilo. So that one move from the Nigerian government to say we are now going to take ownership of our own uranium.
One continent, many battles, but one clear goal: sovereignty over land, policy, partnerships, and narrative. These are not isolated events. This is a continental uprising, not with guns, but with laws, policies, and people power. Foreign aid, foreign control, foreign promises. Africa has heard them all. What we see now is Africa speaking, acting, and owning. Not because of any savior, but because the time has come. To the youth of Africa, the future is not found abroad. It is being fought for at home. Know the policies. Know the players. Stand for your nation. This report contains factual analysis and editorial commentary. All views expressed are rooted in publicly verifiable information as of June 2025.